Yes. So hello, Facebook. Hello, if anyone on the website. We apologize. I apologize. We did not have the Zoom link in the menu email for Havdalah tonight. So if you are looking for it, please check your email. It would have gone out just a minute or two ago. You can find the Zoom link and join Rabbi Bergson, Nadine, and Dan and I for Havdalah. Actually, let me go. I'm going to go on Facebook too.
All right, I'll make one more announcement.
Nadine's side.
I have to re-notify, put notice on it.
Okay.
Someone else is joining us by phone.
228-766.
You're not doing it.
No, I'm turning off.
Hi, who just joined us by phone? You're on mute right now.
414-228-7663.
Hi, who just joined us by phone? Here's, okay.
I turned my phone off so I wouldn't get any feedback.
Well, good. Everyone, whoever is watching us on the stream or Facebook or YouTube is getting all our conversation too.
That's good.
So I'm writing to Facebook, check your email if you want to come Zoom with us.
Praise the character.
Hello, Naomi.
Well, Andrew, other people may be joining us over time, and there'll be people out online.
There's Wayne. Hi, Wayne.
Technology, Rabbi, like we never knew it before.
Pardon me, Dan?
I said technology as we never have known it before.
Yeah, but as always, blended with human imperfection.
Frailty.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
Hi, Susan Marcus. How are you? Hi, Wayne. Nice to see you. Hi, Naomi.
Well, I want to wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom and delighted that you're with us however you've gotten to us. I'll make the one additional announcement that somehow the Zoom link did not get out today until the last few minutes. So if you want to check your email, if you're listening to us on the stream or on Facebook or YouTube, you're welcome to join us there. I had hoped that we would have us. So in the meantime, let me share a story, and maybe more people will join us in time for Havdalah. So since we're so few here on mute, maybe I'll just leave us unmuted and you can kind of help out with the story, if you will. So we are, of course, in the Torah now where we're reading about Jacob. And you know what are the things we know about Jacob? Any of you want to guess some of the things we know about Jacob? You can unmute, Nomi and Merle. We're waiting for you. Is that Wayne on the phone? Andrew?
I'm on the phone.
Oh, well, somebody's on the phone. Who is it on the phone?
It's Merle.
Oh, Merle, it's you on the phone. Hi.
It really is.
So you're on the phone and you're trying to come in on the computer, huh?
That's right, dear. I have a picture here. I don't have the whole thing. But
Well,
I think I see Andrew, and I see part of you right now, your forehead and half your face.
well, I am fully here for whatever that
Good,
means.
I'm glad.
So what we know about Jacob is a bunch of things. He was a homebody. He didn't like going out and hunting. And we know that he cried a lot. He cried when he was happy. He cried when he was sad. He cried whenever he saw beautiful things, like a sunset or a rainbow or a flower. He just couldn't help it. He just cried. And so I first heard the story from Rabbi Gelman, who, as many of you know, grew up here, and then became a rabbi in New York, in Dick Smith and Dix Hills on Long Island, and was part of the God Squad on TV. And it's still a wonderful story. And so he cried a lot, but his father, Isaac, didn't like that. Isaac would keep telling his son that big boys don't cry. Isaac couldn't take Jacob hunting because Jacob would cry at some furry thing becoming his supper. So Isaac, of course, took Esau, who loved to hunt and never cry. And so Isaac would always say to Jacob, why can't you be more like your brother Isaac? He hunts and he fights and he never cries.
Esau.
He's a real man. And then Isaac would stomp off and kick some dirt and mutter, shall we say, some strange words. Meanwhile, far away, Jacob's cousin Rachel was growing up in a place called Haran. And she was having trouble with her father. You see, she was a shepherd. And this drove her father, Lavan, absolutely crazy. He would scream at her, get away from those sheep and goats. They stink, and you stink. Why can't you be more like your sister Leah? She sits in her tent, and she cooks, and she sews. She's a real woman. And then Lavan would stomp away, kick some dirt, and mutter some strange words. Still, Rachel loved being a shepherd, except when she had to move the huge rock which covered the mouth of the well that the animals came to drink. That rock was so heavy, in fact, I talked about the rock last night, that it took all the shepherds to move it away and then to put it back. And so one morning, on the way to push the rock out of the way, she saw a new man at the well. He was kind of a small guy, kind of fair skin, with warm brown eyes. And he was talking to all the other shepherds. Then all by himself, he came up and he pushed the huge rock off of the mouth of the well. The shepherds were absolutely amazed, and Rachel was dumbfounded. And the man approached Rachel and said to her, I'm Yaakov ben Yitzchak v'Rivka. I'm your cousin, Jacob. And I've come a long way to see you. I'm so happy. Of course, he began to cry because she was so beautiful and he was so happy. But when all the other shepherds saw Jacob crying, they said, he may be strong, but big boys don't cry. But not Rachel. She sat on the rock while the animals drank. And she looked around and she saw this wonderful man who was crying. And she said, I never saw a man as strong as you who could cry. And he said, I never saw a woman as beautiful as you who is a shepherd. They laughed, and of course, Isaac cried. And after a while, they went home together. And you know how the story ends. And with that, we turn to Havdalah. So if you have your Havdalah sets, either those of you with us on Zoom, or those of you at home or watching on our stream or on Facebook or on YouTube. We invite you to do what God did when God began to create. The first act God did was said, "Let there be light." God could create directly with words. We have to add a little more to it. And so as we leave Shabbat and go into the new week, I invite you to take that first act of creation and join me in lighting your Havdalah candles. And the last time I did Havdalah, I'm going to turn the light out here, but at some point, as the flame began to flicker later on, there wasn't enough light for my camera. We'll see what happens tonight. So if you'll excuse me for a second.
Pretty.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Ya la 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam haolam borei peri hagafen borei peri hagafen. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Ya la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Ya la la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam haolam borei minei v'samim borei minei v'samim. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Ya la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Ya la la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei meorei haesh borei meorei haesh. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Ya la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Ya la la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam haolam hamavdil ben kodesh lechol hamavdil ben kodesh lechol. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la la. Ya la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Ya la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. ya la la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la la. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Atishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Agiladi. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Atishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Hamavdil, Ben Kodesh Lechol, Chatotenu Huyimchol, Zarenu V'chasbenu Yarbekechol, V'kochavim Bala La Shavuatov, 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 a good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. A good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. Shavua Tov to all of you. May it be a good and sweet week. A week that in the darkness that comes so early each night begins to offer some additional rays of light in the weeks and months to come as we still deal with the pandemic around us. And for those of you who are joining me in Eliyahu Hanavi, I skipped the whole second part of it and segued right back into Eliyahu. So I hope that Elijah too will forgive me on that. Shavua Tov.
Shavua